Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Community Spotlight, where from time to time I take a few moments with members around the Sonic and Sega community and see how they've affected the community and how they've produced stuff for us and how things that people can generally see. Today, that spotlight will be shining on the rising stars and the amazing stars of Sonic Paradox, and I've got quite a few of them around with me tonight. So we're going to go around in a circle and just, if you guys want to introduce yourself and tell people what you've done, what you have done, and what you aim to be doing, then go from there.
Right, hello, my name is Boozerman. I am one of the more infamous moderators for Sonic Paradox. I'm most famous for my Feel the Love short for the quote, "To get through tight spaces, press the circle button to slide."
Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm also known as Mystic Pyro Freak. I mainly do voice acting around on the Sonic Paradox for People's Flashes or for Sonic F. I do the voice of Amy Rose and Scarlett Garcia and Francis. And I tried to animate once, but then I got lazy, which means, yeah, I'm a procrastinator, but I get the job done when I need to. But I come on call. Like, I'm invisible on Sonic Paradox. Wait, I'm supposed to make myself look good. What am I doing? Next!
Oh, great. You're trying to make yourself look good. I am the king of procrastination here.
Oh, God, I have so much to learn from you.
You will learn soon, young one. Patience. I'll teach you later.
Thank you, Master.
Hi, everybody. I'm Luke. You can call me Cyberlink420. I am the co-creator, lead writer of Sonic F, as well as the voice of Chuck Thorndike and Boko. And I am, once again, the absolute king of not getting things done on time. I'll learn from my example.
Oh, I forgot to mention camaraderie is supernatural. He also
We'll get to that
co-writes
later. We'll get to that later.
Ixnay. Hi, I'm Jeremy, known as Game Buddy on Sonic Paradox. I'm mostly a voice actor. I'm the official, unofficial Sonic as far as SP goes. I animated a couple of shorts that were pretty much forgettable, but I usually tend to stick to just voicing and a little bit of writing every once in a while.
And on that note, I am Donnie, but everyone knows me probably on Sonic Paradox's SSF 1991. I am Sonic Paradox's news reporter. And I do Sonic News.
And that's it.
That's it.
Just say.
I'm George, and you may know me as Bitmaster. I am the oldest member in the group.
Hey, we only have room for one old person in this chat. Back off.
Shut up, you old kids!
Whippersnappers!
Nice. Don't worry about this, Bitmaster.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I am here Fire Shadow on the internets. I haven't really done much for Sonic Paradox. I was supposed to be a Tails voice eons ago, but now I am mostly in our pony stuff. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jackie, or Jax, or Jax the Mouse. I was an animator in Sonic Shorts 5, and whatever the next turns out to be. I did the Hydra City short and the Sonic 1-Up Irony short where he gets crushed by a 1-Up box, of course. I do a bit of voice acting on Sonic F and a few other things. I did the mayor on My Little Pony. Camaraderie is supernatural.
Don't bother trying to pronounce it. Nobody can.
Well, I tried. I can say that much.
I guess I'm next. I'm Jacob, also known as Rock the Jake on not only SP, but much of the internet. I've done voice acting for... I hear an echo, I'm sorry. Squirrel.
Squirrel!
Anyway, I've done voice acting for both Sonic F as Chris's uncle, whose name I've forgotten right now. Various extras, and I recently became a writer for Sonic F as well, due to what Cyberlink says is butt saving mastery.
He's a hero.
I am a hero.
He is super rock.
Entire sandwich.
I've also, I've also, I've also composed some music here and there for some of the productions, including the thing that doesn't exist, which appeared in the last episode of Sonic F, in which people begged me to make more of, and there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember. So whoever's next.
Hey, my name's Rob. I go on the forums as Celestiarium. I am also one of the quote-unquote notorious mods like Boozerman here is.
Yeah.
I am probably higher up in procrastination level than Luke because at least he finishes his things.
Pocket pun.
And also, I am a voice actor if you count a certain female pony by the name of Fluttershy for a certain project that Luke is kind of hiding. Cough, Fluttershy, cough. And that's all for me.
Why do you do this? He is our god.
Oh my god, he speaks.
Amazing.
Robots can speak, you know.
Right,
Late edition.
we got
Hold
one
up.
extra, have we?
Here comes a new challenger.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Challenger approach.
That's cool. New challenger is.
That would be me.
Introduce yourself and what have you done and what do you do?
Yeah,
Now
I'm
it's a
Larry.
party. Bring out booze.
Yeah, I'm Valera. I used to be known as the Geo during the Sonic Shorts days. I am responsible for a few of the shorts, namely mostly ones involving Knuckles, and thus I somehow became the Sonic Paradox voice of Knuckles. I don't know why, but that's essentially what I am, and I play that role in Sonic F as well.
Because you make him super special awesome.
I make
And
him
of course-
special, right?
And of course, you helped me write Sonic F as well.
That's the thing, yeah.
It's good to actually get to meet and hear from you all, as I'm sure all the listeners that will hear this on the actual VOD will agree. The first question I would like to pose to you, and feel free to answer however it comes to whoever first, but how did Sonic Paradox as a group come to be?
I think Bitmaster and the Wax have the best answers for that, so go ahead, one of y'all.
Yep, go ahead.
I guess.
Oh,
Bit, you want to say it?
sure, I could start at least.
You guys don't have enough Mario here.
This whole Sonic tribute collab thing, and I was part of that. And then we started a sequel that still has yet to be finished, if it ever will be. But it had its own forum, and I forget what the old forum was named. But then it was originally moved to Sonic Paradox as it is now. And then the Wax came in and brought it back to life. Woo!
When we were working on Sonic Tribute Collab 2, we had various people try to take leadership positions, such as Sweet Cat 22, Hyperactive Youth, and even Bitmaster here. And it eventually came to me, and but over time we just never got the animation completed. So instead I said, why not do something else? And that's where the Sonic Shorts came in. And I posted a journal on DeviantArt, and various people started wanted to join in, such as Boozerman and the Chio, and a few others. They all came together, and we made our very first Sonic Shorts volume. And we've been doing various Sonic Paradox related stuff ever since.
So, yeah, it's all good to know. I mean, I personally didn't know the actual founding of the group itself, so it's always good to know. I mean, I, like a great many others, probably found out through Sonic Paradox through Sonic Shorts itself as well. So, I mean, staying on topic of Sonic Shorts, how do you come up with the ideas for each particular shorts as they go along? Because obviously, a great many animators will have their all individual ideas, and that's how they obviously make the animations how they see it based on these ideas. But I mean, the Sonic Shorts one, I believe as it was called, or the tribute thing, how did you come up with the small shorts that they were based around?
I pretty much I told everyone to base it off base all their shorts based off the Sonic Shorts collection, which was released like 2 years earlier, which is which was the animation I made a while back, and so people started did their own little animation, let them make their own little skits, and then everyone had their own type of gags, and we see. Bitmaster, how did you come up with your shorts?
Well, some of them were less intelligent than others. But a lot of it is, I just ask, what if? Like, what if Sonic spun so much he got dizzy and then... I'll make that into an animation. And then...
Tens of people remember it.
Very satirical thoughts about it. The whole not me thing. The last Court, one of the writers from that other Sonic animation thing that's cool. My memory's terrible. But regardless, he made the idea of like Sonic losing 1 million rings, 1 billion rings, 100 billion rings. And I just made that into my fun little project.
I just got something to say about that short. I love the way Scratch's waddle moved around in that. It was really funny to me.
It was quite provocative, if you'd like.
Oh God, so sexy.
I think our shorts creating process is,
and I know it.
it's definitely evolved over the volumes, because before it was a lot of just throwing random ideas out there, and it's really funneled into we bring a ton of ideas together, and some good, some not, and it's really just been a coming together of the creative minds now.
Yeah,
but yeah, in the original, we just throw stuff out there, and if somebody animated it, there you go.
Yeah, around the time when I was like still new to the forums, we had an ideas thread, and there were some very interesting ideas, and then there was just some, what were people thinking? I'm not going to bring up any specific examples to avoid hurting people's feelings, but you know who you are.
Sonic eats a chili dog and then poops everywhere.
I wish I could say that was the worst it's gotten, but...
I remember one time I suggested an idea where Marine was like a Steve Irwin fill-in, but that never came to be, and maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe.
This is parody ideas.
Is there, do you each have your own favourite short yourself? I mean,
oh gosh.
Oh, well, I know it's a big collection to choose from. I mean, one of my personal favourites, as an example, would be when the Sonic Shorts there, I can't remember which exact collection it was, but you'll jump on exactly which one it was. It aired at Summer of Sonic 09, and to the big audience there before it went up on Newgrounds, and it had something specific from Boozerman as well, if I remember it that year. Yeah. And the short itself was the Sonic Heroes parody one.
Oh God!
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one it's one of my favourites, I must say.
Why are you doing this?
Because we're Sonic Heroes!
I'm not going to lie, my mind jumps to the other Sonic Heroes parody that...
Sonic Heroes!
Among that one as a favourite of mine. There's also the ones I believe it's done by comics. The one where you've got Sonic versus. It's first it's Eggman in the robot, then it's Metal Sonic, and last one I think is Super Sonic, where Scourge appears.
Oh yeah.
Yes, those are among some of my favourites as well.
Comics is beautiful animation.
I mean,
He's
going
the
around
only
the
real
circle-
artist of a group.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got their own special skills. I'm quite sure of that. But I mean,
I'm
to go around the
expecting
circle, do you have a favourite of your own?
As far as jokes go, my favorite is my first one, my Feel the Love, because it just worked. You know, it had the slow build up. He was setting a mood, and all of a sudden, Vector turns up and slaps you in the face. As far as animation goes, my That Way short was best. Even though looking back on, I'm not that fond of the humour. But I'm working on my last short for Sonic Shorts for the moment, and animation-wise, it's gonna blow everything out of the water in regards to animation. So keep an eye out for it.
Alrighty.
My
I guess
favorite
we should
short.
just-
Oh,
I
you,
was just
you
gonna
go
say, I
next.
guess we should go in alphabetical order.
Yeah, maybe this is
Sonic
a
would be
perfect
next.
workout.
Alrighty, so I guess I'm next regardless. My favorite short. Everyone I did a voice in. No, I'm kidding.
Ah.
He's not
I
kidding.
think one of my absolute favorites has to be one of Insector's shorts from Volume 2, but I'm sure
Oh.
everyone's going to agree with me, where killed Sonic with the laser, and then he'll be dead,
Oh, gosh,
and
yes.
I will do my evil strut.
I can't listen to that song without hearing that in my head from now on. I'm gonna be like 50 and I'll hear that song
It's
like.
Like I just animated a short for
And I think another one of my favorites is like anything from the Sonic shits. Everything from the Sonic shits.
Speaking of which, are we gonna bring that up anywhere in the interview sometime?
We probably
We just
will.
did.
Too late.
It's a thing.
It is.
You might as well do it now.
It is a thing. But I mean, let's keep going around the circle.
And the guy that was next somehow disconnected sporadically.
Yeah.
But if we find sporadic tree,
All right. While we're waiting for Cyberlink to come back, go ahead, Donnie.
Well, it's really hard to say what my favorite short is because there's a multitude of shorts that I really love. But if I could handpick one that I love out of more of them, I guess it would be. Yeah, you can tell how unsure I am.
Come on, Donnie.
Well,
Just choose somebody's ego to stroke. I'm sure no one's gonna mind.
I guess it would be the shirtless Eggman short from Wing Stick.
So that's what you're into, Donnie.
Was it
Who
the
isn't?
Cacti one or the Wonder Man one?
No, the one with Sally.
Okay, yeah, cacti.
Oh, cacti.
You know,
Oh
you
yeah, I
love it.
forgot. I love cacti stuff. Like, even though the egg thing made absolutely no sense, just the delivery in that kills me every time. You guys ain't give good ideas.
It is really good, that one there.
All right. I guess George is next.
Yes. I'd have to say one of my favorites is the Chio's adventure trying to hide the emerald.
That one.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Seen
Oh,
it.
spoiler! I wasn't in
Oh,
there
I
yet.
think Luke's back.
I've still
Gracious.
seen it.
I don't know.
Regardless, it's been said. Choose
Oh
me.
wait, he's reconnecting now.
Yes.
At least people have got something to look forward to. Then I'm quite
Yes.
sure.
You have my favorite show to look forward to.
Yes.
Seems
Onward,
like-
Jax.
So
Yeah, Luke is still having problems. So go ahead, Jax.
She's just as baffled about her favorite short as I am.
well, there is a great amount to choose from. Let's be honest.
Think.
Oh, yes.
Think.
I'm still trying to figure out mine. Luckily, I'm a little bit later on the. Well, actually, I'm next on the list after Jax. I think I've gotten it.
You got one, Jax?
Well, we can always back. We can always come back to you in a sec if you want to think a little bit
I
more.
have an eye on you.
Don't stare at me.
We're all staring at you.
Oh, your icon anyway.
Valero, throw stuff at Jax so she remembers.
We have a room. I'd have to walk over there.
I can
Got
hear
time.
you just fine.
So I missed what Jack's favorite shirt was. Guys, that shirt, that's short.
We all know
Jax,
her
what is your favorite
short is
shirt?
Wonder Man.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jax, are you still trying to figure it out? Studio audience.
They're amused by anything.
If Jax is still having trouble trying to figure her out, Falero, do you have one? Since we actually kind of skipped you.
Oh God, you mean? Oh no, I've got to think of one. We're gonna be here all day. No, seriously. There's loads. I don't really have one particular favorite. I mean,
Yeah, I know, right?
but I'm a big, like Courtney was saying, I'm a big fan of everything Insector's done, and it's a shame that he's not really done anything like involved in this anymore. But
It's a shame he's gone.
yeah, it's a shame he's left us.
His spirit lives on, though.
Actually,
Studio
though,
audience.
goodness, I can't think of any particular one aside from that. It's rather disappointing. I'm sorry to say that, but I think everyone has everyone's put their own special sort of effort and their own individual style to all the shorts. So there's your cop-out answer. Everyone's great.
Oh, I just remembered another one that you did a voice in where Silver had to go through the ring.
Ah, classic. I was in it.
Yes. And I like Silver.
Well,
All right,
let's.
back to Jax.
Just say all of them.
Pop out.
Good answer.
I still really like Jeremy's. What was it? Looking for pictures.
You can't move Jax over the studio audience.
And when Sonic and Shadow's eyes shrink when they see something, when they're looking for both of them, looking for pictures of both of them, they find something.
Game buddies, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Look at all this cool fan art.
Is that my?
It's funny because of porn.
It's funny because of Yowie.
Speaking of porn, I really like one shot.
Oh,
Yeah,
One shot's like, oh my god, they've got a new Sonic fan character.
Speaking
Come
of
on,
porn,
babe.
I like everyone that Boozerman's done.
But inflate my ego.
That's not the only thing he's stroking.
I'm doing
Luke, do you have a favorite?
Can I just cheat and say all of Knuckles' briefs?
Oh God.
Dalek.
Luke, why do you sound like a Dalek?
He is a
Luke,
say exterminate.
Puny humans, exterminate, exterminate.
He's literally Cyberlink right now.
Well, good night, everybody.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Done.
Luke, has Wax brainwashed you or something?
I'm back to normal.
Anyway.
Okay.
But can I just cheat and say all of Knuckles' briefs?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yes.
Because, like, I just love, how completely bizarre almost all of them turned out. Like, Sonic, I can't open this can of hash!
Everyone died.
I love Knuckles' briefs, especially Grip Splash.
Just everybody's pure madness came out in that collection, and I absolutely love it.
And so quickly, too.
Yeah.
And that's where poorly drawn Vector came from, our savior.
Veronica versus
All right,
He
back to
actually
Jacob's
BS
next.
that whole volume like really, really quickly as well, which is especially impressive.
It's too bad that things didn't totally work out with that volume, but it's still
Yeah.
just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah,
Well, as a
I
side
think that's
note, I mean,
really
what-
a testament.
Well, as a side note, I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean when you say things don't work out with that well? Because I mean, from the outside as a viewer, it seemed to work really well, especially how the ending skit worked out as well.
What happened to the actual competition?
My tablet pen hit the tile floor and broke. I couldn't animate anymore. And I would have loved to take that short much farther than it turned out to be.
What people on about is like how it was shown, well, not shown at the convention itself. So it was originally
it was meant to be shown.
Valero and Jax were there at the convention, and it through some complication, it just ended up getting shown.
Yeah, that was supposed to get shown at SOS 09 instead of the shorts that you guys saw.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was being made for that particular convention, so in fact it didn't.
But then Sonic couldn't open that can of hash.
He's still gonna do it. Try so hard.
Yeah, fortunately. Fortunately, a good friend of mine who a lot of you may know. He's Jay, aka Disco Ponies. He runs the Sonic Show, and well, thanks to him, he actually picked up on the Knuckles Breeze and posted it on the Sonic Show with Sonic Paradox's blessings.
It all worked out in the end.
Yay!
Exactly. Yep.
I finally got my show.
All right, I guess I'm next for favorite shorts and everything. I just want to say in Knuckles Briefs, Griffin Flash's short with poorly drawn vector. That was the very first SP Sonic Paradox production that I ever got to voice act in, and I got to do a bad guy voice, and I'm good at that.
Oh,
so
that was you?
Yeah, that was me. That was the one who did.
Yes,
that one. But
now you know.
I really like that one. But as far as the main volumes go, I'm really split between Game Buddy's short and I think Volume 2, where it was the Sonic Underground short, and they were doing the metal. I really like that one.
Volume 3, but
yeah,
but
I think that was the opener for 3.
Yeah, but I'm split between that one and Kaizoku's. I'm just gonna call him Kaizoku because that's what he was when he made it. I think for the very first volume, it was the 2-part one where Sonic stepped on the dash thing and he like just.
Oh yeah.
That was Volume 1.
I love the simplicity and like the hilariousness in it, and plus the art style is just lovely. I love his art style.
It's so graceful.
He does.
But
the
yes,
best. He with the way he animates Shadow masturbating is some days.
Well, hey, if we're gonna mention animating, the only thing I've ever animated for SP, that's why I didn't say animating, was mine was. It doesn't even have a title. Everybody just calls it. Oh, my head hurts so much. And it was everybody's favorite.
I tried to animate something for the upcoming. I don't even know if I should say it.
Don't say it. That was a surprise.
Yeah, I tried to animate once, but then I just got lazy.
So you're actually doing that one?
I have all the audio. I just need to see if someone else may want to just do something with the animation. But I like to get
it off to somebody else.
But all the audio is set.
Let's see. Did Jeremy say his favorite yet?
No, I'm happy to go. Just have time to think. I'm gonna cop out slightly and say I really have enjoyed the lion's share of all of them. Any one where I've been somebody's been gracious enough to ask me to record for has been a lot of fun. I think my top favorite is still going to be the Keep It Off YouTube Sonic Says. Valero did way back for Volume 2. It's I just crack up every time Sonic's arm comically stretches to slap Tails across the face.
I wanted
that.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Yep, that one's definitely my favorite.
I wanted to mention something else because you mentioned people asking you to be voice actor. The very first volume of Sonic shorts that I actually got to voice act for was the most recent one that Wax did pretty much all by himself, and I got to be Old Man Owl, and that was fun. That's another favorite of mine.
I remember my first official voice in the shorts was actually Volume 3. I never got credited for it. I was that old man in that one with the World of Warcraft chaos. I'm like, welcome to the Sonic Cast Call, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But I had a really crappy mic. But then in the next volume, I was like Amy and Jet the Hawk of all people.
All right. Next up is Lauren.
Well, I literally can't remember anything really because I never voice acted any of them. But I know my favorite one was probably Valero's, the one with Knuckles singing about underwear or something. Or no, not the one where he's singing about underwear. The one.
I don't remember that one.
No, I combined.
It's a very different short.
The one where he's singing. The one.
How dare
You know
you
it.
try to infiltrate that one?
Yes.
In hopes you may steal my precious
Musical.
jewel.
There's no underwear in that short.
That was an instant classic.
Quiet.
There should be.
This is why I don't anymore.
Apparently, Courtney has something to say real quick.
Yes. Speaking of the Sonic shorts, I just want to advertise an amazing YouTube poop based on the Sonic shorts that was made maybe sometime last year. But you have to check it out because it's really freaking hilarious.
It's brilliant.
It's rather well done too.
Yeah, let me see if I can get a YouTube link.
Well,
to put in a
we can
stream.
always link back to that at the end of it.
Show
or
notes.
Yeah.
link
Yeah.
to all the other things.
Yeah, show notes.
Alright,
Who
so-
else?
Post it in the main Skype chat, and you
Yep.
you guys just remember.
All right.
It's called the second and a half volume Sonic Shorts Poop Extravaganza.
Yep. Well,
All right. So next up is Rob.
seems that I'm next. I'm not trying to stroke anyone's ego when I say this, but
But you
because I'm
will.
just going to cover two different points in terms of actual effort and everything. For animation, I got to say George's Death Egg one that he did for volume. Was it 6 or was it 5?
The last, I think it was 6.
Was it 6?
It was.
But yeah, that
Yeah.
in terms of actual animation, that one's just my favorite
Mhm.
because it has a throwback to all the different older shorts, like the Bouncing Raccoon Cannon one, Insectors, Laser Beam one.
Mm-hmm.
It has a whole bunch of good references.
Scratch's moving waddle.
Yes.
That one was particularly interesting to see evolve with the works in progress. That was it. Really was. I agree. That was, as far as the effort and all the little details added to that one. That one's really technically awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much fun to do.
And in terms of it's animated, but it's a soon to come. But Booze would know this one. Just the mountain of handkerchiefs.
Why would you even bring that up?
I don't know why.
Thank you for
Every
that shout.
time I just lose it. But yeah, those two are mine.
Inside jokes.
I want to
So-
quote you right now, but I don't want to give
Let's-
anything away.
When's that next volume coming out?
Yeah, volume 8.
That's coming out.
When it's done.
We're working
Okay.
on Valve time.
Soon
Yeah.
trademarked.
All right. So Wax is the final one on this chapter of skits and
my.
such.
I guess my favorite would have to be Richie's crab short. It has nothing to do with Sonic, but it's so freaking hilarious.
And anytime Richie screams, it's
Yes.
music to my ears.
Wait, which crab short? Your sequel or the original?
Shut up.
Spoilers. No spoilers, Gary.
Yeah.
All right.
I hear that soundbite in my dreams.
It's gonna be my next ringtone.
I mean,
All right.
it's brilliant. I mean, we have touched a fair bit on it on this last question, but I mean, as voice actors, I mean, how do you find what is the best role for you to do? I mean, do you now automatically fit into certain groups? I mean, if there's a certain part that comes up, do you automatically go to a certain person now, or do you still trial everyone to see if they can do that bit better than anyone else?
Well, if I may talk, As far as my voice acting goes, I've made it very established over the past few years that I cannot voice anybody in the Sonic universe except for Big the Cat and Old Man Al, and that is it. And I just hit my microphone. I'm sorry.
Well, I know when I started out voice acting on Sonic Paradox, I put up like a bit of a demo reel where I just tried voicing every single Sonic female I could. I think I even threw in Tails and Charmy somewhere in there. But it's like over time, I just people came to ask me to be Amy, and originally I was not supposed to be Amy in Sonic F. Mipa was, but she wasn't available, so I was the fill-in, and I pretty much just kind of took over indirectly, like I was the blob that consumed Mipa. And
is that contagious?
So pretty much when most people need an Amy voice for their short or whatever, they come to me first. And things of that nature. Although I think one of my favorite characters to voice actually is Blaze the Cat. If anyone's ever heard of Recorder Dudes, Pirates Island with lyrics, it's an example. I also voice Marine in that, and Tails.
All the voices. You do all the voices.
All of them.
To go back to the first part of the question as far as fitting into certain roles and going back to people, I know I've found that I mentioned before that a lot of people do especially if it's an animation from Sonic Paradox regulars, we do tend to pull from an established group of actors, which isn't unusual. But I know for broad things like Sonic F, we actually have held auditions publicly for voices that we didn't just want to fill with an actor that we've used before, bring some new talent into the pool. For me personally, as far as like a role I feel most comfortable in, I guess it would be Sonic. I don't I don't mind doing Sonic at all. And I do feel, especially with Sonic shorts, do feel some connection to the character as a whole. I mean, he's Sonic. I've liked Sonic since I was little. But
they call him Sonic. He's faster than sound. He keeps him jumping around.
So if you're hearing a lot of laughter in the background, my cat is being super adorable, just saying. You could even tweet that if you want. My cat is freaking adorable.
This just breaks the illusion of the studio audience.
This just thing, Courtney has adorable cat.
Clearly so. Clearly the cat is the most adorable thing.
That cat has so many things.
Can we interview the cat?
I want to interview the cat.
Why don't we?
What else? Have something to say on that voice actor thing while we're here?
Yeah, let's go back to
done, Jeremy, or?
How about Rob?
Hey, Jeremy, were you finished yet, or?
I think so. I'm trying not to ramble here.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess basically what I was trying to say is, yeah, we do have a go-to group. I know I do, of as far as voice actors go, because we've worked with each other for so long. We know we can count on each other, and
Rock the Jake is the best extra ever.
Yeah, and just to clarify for anybody that ever wants to try out for anything, not be discouraged. You just kind of have to catch us when we're holding an audition. We're always looking for good, solid, dedicated talent. So I don't want to discourage anybody from not thinking they have a shot.
Yeah, never hesitate to throw yourself out there. I mean, I probably wouldn't have gotten in if I didn't put up my reel like in the voice actor thread. Don't be shy.
Absolutely. And especially if you look back into the shorts, I'm not the only Sonic we've ever had.
Valero's been Sonic.
Right.
And Celeste here's been Sonic in the Save the Fan characters, but not really. You're just...
I was actually about to pick that up.
Yeah, if there's ever a situation where, say, I couldn't do a voice, it's got to go to somebody. So yeah, I don't ever want to discourage anybody from not giving it a shot. Just throw yourself out there and don't be a jerk about it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And that's his advice piece.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, when it came to your question about like if we just try to go for the parts or whatever, well, when it comes to me for voice acting, I don't exactly try to perfectly fit the character I'm trying to voice. I try to sound like it would be believable, but at the same time kind of have my own twist on it.
Exactly. That's what I kind of do.
That way it kind of sets you apart from everyone else, but yet it's like, hey, that sounds like Sonic, and I could recognize this out from other people or something like that.
I can relate.
Like, that's kind of what I did with my kind of inspired by Ryan Drummond-ish Sonic voice fan character video.
It's hot. And that's exactly what I do. And sometimes I like to throw in little mythology gags. Like when I voiced Francis in Sonic F, I thought just on a whim, I thought I'd voice her like Sonia from Sonic Underground just for the laughs, and they went with it.
Stuck.
Yep.
Well, that's all I had on that. I think Booze was next, and Lauren.
Lauren first.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that when I do my acting, I'm usually chosen for like little boy / children roles, and I know I've been trying to get out of it. Like I got the pony role. I don't know if I should talk about it really because this is totally not.
We'll go more in depth later.
Okay. Well, I know because I got that. That was not even in my like range at all. So, but things that I've tried that are just like really weird, like when I did Valero's anime thing, that took me like weeks. It was so hard. But I'd say if you really want to talk to us, you gotta really talk to us because we will talk to you. We're not scary. We're not gonna eat you.
Speak for yourself.
We're not demigods, although that's
Again, speak for yourself.
I don't know about you, but
I don't know about you, but I'm a frog and you're a cat, and you should be disemboweling me.
it wasn't enjoyable for neither of us. Now, was it?
Oh, can I say something else? Donnie is the sexiest Rouge.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't want to
That's
know
not
how
cool.
you know that.
You'll find out eventually.
Clearly.
That's disturbing, Donnie.
Does
It is
anybody else
disturbing.
just have this image of Donnie just posing up in a Rouge outfit for secret pictures?
Unfortunately, I did.
That's not disturbing. This is disturbing. Hi there, SpongeBob.
All right.
Hey guys.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Hurry, take the mic.
Right, well,
Yeah.
as far as voice acting goes for a Sonic Paradox, I haven't really contributed anything genuine to the shorts or anything, but I'm most well known doing the voice of a Tails doll for the Summer of Sonic cartoons. Yes. But, because I could do antagonist stuff quite well, which I'm hoping to prove sometime in the future by contributing voices to, like, either Sonic F or Camaraderie Supernatural at some point. So,
We'll
keep an
get
eye out
there.
for my application games.
And I realized about halfway into whoever was after me that I only answered half of your question, Pete. Like I said, I identify most with Old Man Al and Big. As far as getting voice work, I tried for a little while on the Sonic Paradox forums, but I got discouraged because I in fact cannot voice anybody other than Big, and then I found out much later Old Man Al. And so I went off on newgrounds.com to, just try to do some voice acting and some other things. And then I came back, and then on the Sonic Paradox forums, I just did some jokes here and there in different threads we had with voice acting. I'm very well known there amongst all of us for the Sandwich King thing.
Oh, good times.
Yes, and so that's kind of how I got known. I did a couple things on Newgrounds, nothing too big. I could just shared it with my friends, and then I did the jokes on the forums. And then one day, Game Buddy asked me through PM on Sonic Paradox, I think maybe, to give a shot at being Chris's uncle in Sonic F, and so I did it, and he liked it for some reason. And ever since, I've been coming back as both the uncle, and I've been coming back as extras, and I guess I highly praise myself a little too much, but I do feel like sometimes I am the best extra ever, because I do try to give like very fun twists to the extras. Like in the second episode, I did the Italian guy, and I did a lot of takes, and one of them, my running gag, if you've not seen Sonic F, listeners, is I like to auto-tune my voice.
Oh, jeez.
Paper airplanes.
Oh my God.
Paper airplanes.
Paper airplanes.
People sing that still.
It's the thing that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Why haven't you released an album yet? Put it on iTunes.
One of these days, trust me.
One of these days.
But
One
yeah,
of
that's
these days.
but yeah, that's my answer. So Pete, if you want to take the reins back, I'll throw them at you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, someone else mentioned that they wanted one more thing to say, wasn't it? I think it was Rob.
Oh, well, I don't know if I want to bring it up right now since Luke was saying we'll come back at it later. So
I
I'm
was
thinking
gonna
I'll
say
just...
we're gonna want to be talking in depth about that particular subject
Okay.
later. So.
Well,
Yeah, so I'm
that's-
going to hold off on it for now.
All right, that's no problem. But we've talked a fair bit about Sonic F, and it's something I'd like to move on to next. Where did the original idea come from to making a Sonic X redub, if that's what it was, and how do you come up with your stories for each episode to redub it over?
Little Karibo was popular, and I wanted to steal some of his fans.
So honest.
Hey, the
Well,
crashing
actually,
fine men.
it is a little more complicated than that. Like, do you want the full story or like the Reader's Digest version?
Go nuts. It's good for everyone else to hear as well, I'm imagining.
Okay, so basically, Sonic F began life as a fanfic, where I would just write these ridiculous script-style, over-the-top versions of Sonic X scripts, and I actually brought them up and found them again maybe last November and looked back at them, and I cannot believe that I actually wrote this because they were absolutely terrible, and I'm making sure that no one will ever see them ever again because they were that bad. But like, I did that for a little.
Let's go to the Wayback
Oh.
Machine.
No.
That's a
But,
lot of notes. He doesn't want it.
Yeah, I did that for a couple of episodes and then sort of forgot about that. And then flash forward to, I think, maybe.
Uh-oh.
We lose him.
Flash
Be
forward
silent.
to...
I think you fast forwarded a little too far.
Well, while Luke is having technical difficulties, I guess I'll try and take over from where he was. Since if I recall correctly, the first draft and the first version of episode 1 of Sonic F was way back in about, I want to say, late 2007. Okay. And just to put everything in perspective, this was when me and Luke did all the voices ourselves. And I edited it on Windows Movie Maker. So,
Movie Maker.
So we were very, very low tech. But to make a bit of a long story short, we went through about 4 or 5 different versions of that one first episode before we finally decided to, sit back on our haunches and say, hey, if we're going to do this, we better do it right. And so I know Luke rewrote everything from the ground up. We held auditions for a lot of extra characters. We went to guys for ideas. And by the time the first real episode came out on the YouTube channel, the Sonic F series YouTube channel, it had gone through about at least 7 or 8 different revisions. So yeah, it came from very humble beginnings, and we decided to say, okay, we're going to have fun with this, but we're going to try and do the best we can do.
Okay. Well, it's good. I
think we're still trying to get Luke back.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he's
Poor
gone
guy.
forever.
He's into the nether. He's gone. I mean, a great many of you have VA'd for Sonic F, if not all of you, I'm guessing.
No.
Well, like Well, I guess if you would count a question I voiced for the Sonic FAQ video that came out recently, that would count as voice acting, I guess. But as for voice acting as a whole, I'm not really, like, voice acting isn't really something that haven't gotten into yet. But kind of same with animating, considering I'm not exactly prepared for it yet. I'm not to the point where I can say I know this is going to be good enough that's worth being in Sonic Shorts or Sonic F or something. But I do plan on eventually going into animating, going into voice acting.
But to be fair, Donnie is a really good. He's a really good news guy for Sonic Paradox because he really does get a lot of facts out whenever he can.
He also puts passion in it.
He's fairly he does it fairly often whenever he can. Like he does his research, and if I recall correctly, you do have like a radio show that you do live streaming for.
Well, I wouldn't exactly consider it a radio show, considering it does have visuals with it, depending on if there was a video that I gotta show. But yeah, every now and then, mostly on the weekends, in fact, it usually is on the weekends, I do a show called the Sonic News Show, which generally happens on Saturdays and or Sundays on 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. UK time, / GMT, depending. It's pretty much a show where I just go into details about the latest Sonic news, and it has a set topic, a set amount of topics. And I usually, the general rule for the show is talk as much as you want, but the moment you pass the 10th topic, that's the end of the show. And it's been going on for more than a year now, and it's not, as popular as other shows like the Sonic Show, shout out to Disco Ponies again, but of which I do frequent often on his live stream because I like being, a little thorn on his side. But yeah,
You know what I mean?
but yeah, the Sonic News Show's pretty. I love doing it. I do love seeing everyone enjoying it. I keep doing what I do specifically because of what everyone else enjoying it, and it goes to show that things can just happen for anyone for SP. It doesn't matter whether you're specifically a part of, animating or not. If you're just doing a simple role for voice acting, anything's good for Sonic Paradox as long as it's, something that will be beneficial to the community. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, and just to tie that back into Sonic F, that's what we've said from the beginning is the moment it stops being fun for everybody, for people that watch it and for us making it, I mean, that's when we'll call it quits. And luckily that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened yet, and I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Yeah,
well, be wrong if you ask me.
Well, to be honest, I mean, it's the same with anything. As long as you have fun doing what you're doing, then there's no need to stop doing anything as it is there?
Absolutely.
Right. I would never want to do something, especially for humor like this, if I just felt like I was doing it out of obligation to, an invisible group of people. Because I think that affects your work as a content creator.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, yeah, you don't have as much fun with it.
What's the point if you don't have fun?
Well, yeah, no, this is exact point about everything, though, isn't it?
I'm just glad that you added the tag at the end of the last episode of Sonic F. See you again in 5 months. Because it's great.
I think
because it's real.
Closing in up on that deadline.
And then we have Luke again.
So
I just like the sudden, subtle things you just throw in there, like that really brief flutter shot.
Yeah, that's kind of part of the process of the episodes. What usually happens is Luke will write a version of the script for an episode, basically just going from the original episode and seeing what's crazy and ridiculous about it, or just completely rewriting it. And then after that, it'll usually get passed around to Falero and Jake for rewrites and everything. And then once it comes to me for editing, after everything's been recorded, I'll throw a couple of visual gags in there as well.
It's not always just visual. It's not always just visual gags. Like a lot of times, just little subtle audio touches, like the sonic screwdriver when Chuck's trying to probe Sonic in episode 2. Just little stuff like that. And some of them are ad libs by Jeremy. Some of them are intentional. Like I made a very specific point to say that when we have the Sonic vs. Knuckles fight in episode 5, we have to be playing the Sonic vs. Knuckles music from Sonic the Fighters.
Yes.
And then Geskida.
Yeah, like nobody. I knew nobody would get that joke except like the hardest of the hardcore Sonic fans.
I got it.
Yeah, like
because everyone was expecting English, but then they got Japanesey.
But it twist.
Every episode we seem to put in like a really obscure joke that nobody with like the hardcore Sonic fans get. Like Jake, for example, Jake in episode 7 put in a reference to, "Oh wow, I'm a huge Hardline fan." Hard what?
What? Yeah, I am so proud of that line. I'm so proud of a lot of stuff I wrote.
I love that line so much.
Like hard what? Wait.
Exactly.
You're funny.
Exactly.
No, seriously, I think that one went over my head.
All right, basically, Johnny Gioeli, the lead singer of Crush 40, also has or had, I don't know how active it is, a band called Hardline. And so, yeah, that's where the joke came from.
Okay.
Wow, that is a stretch.
Now you guys all know what that means.
People that know obviously get the jokes, isn't it? It's finding the border between an in joke and something everyone or a majority of people will understand, I guess, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that made me really happy about that particular joke was that a couple days after we released the episode, I saw like at least 2 or 3 comments saying, "Yeah, Hardline reference." And I was just like, "Ha ha, yeah."
Yeah, you have to feel good when like something that you threw in there gets acknowledged.
Yeah.
I always like that we. Our writers seem to have a great grasp on those little references and nods. I don't think we've ever just thrown it out there and been like, "Yeah, you remember that one time in that Sonic game that thing happened?" Because I think that's the worst thing you can do is just toss something in there for the sake of tossing it in there.
Yeah.
Pop culture references.
Family Guy hatred.
Oh yay!
I mean, moving outside, Paradox hasn't really. I say really, it's not always been about the animation stuff. I mean, recently you did something along the lines of Project 20, which I personally did a small review of for Emerald Coast. But how exactly did that come about? I know the basic idea was to be something as a celebration for the 20th, but it was something different. So how did that actually come about?
Well, what happened originally was RGX, which sad enough that he can't be in the call right now because we don't even know where he is. I think this was sometime around, like at the very beginning of the year 2000 or something. He had an idea because the forums were starting to become really inactive, and he wanted to try some ideas to get some life on there, like get new artists and other things, probably brush up the place a little with more things like music artists or writing artists, stuff like that. And he wanted to do something to celebrate Sonic's 20th anniversary. So he thought, well, why don't we get a giant picture collab or something like that? Like make a giant wallpaper, get people all over DeviantArt, Newgrounds, other artists to just contribute to it. And since a few of us SP members were also musicians, like Jake, me, George, he's like, well, why don't we also throw in a music album also, get some remixes going on? Which I fully supported the idea. And then more of the animators and old-time members there started coming along with it, and we built it off the ground from there.
The sad thing is, even though I did very much support the music thing, and I really wanted to make some original tracks for it, I just, college.
Yeah.
I got really busy and I couldn't do anything.
To be honest, the music album could have been a lot better. In fact, we had at least 30 more songs called or whatever, but people just never really came or finished them. They just had it called. That's it.
I would love to pick up that Wrapped in Black Metal.
Oh, I would still love to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like, regardless of the collab, like, I still want that to be
I'd
a
do it.
reality.
I'd do it even if it wasn't for the collab.
I mean,
actually
would
might
there
have-
be a possibility of like picking up the remaining tracks that aren't finished and releasing them as like what I don't know, a 21st thing or just an addition as the Project 20th? I
You
mean, there's
know-
an extra disc somewhere.
That idea has struck me since there were so many called tracks. I'm like, well, what? Let's say that the people came back and finished them, or other people wanted to finish them just because they were called. I was like, I would re-release something to like kind of like a lost tracks album, something like that, and just send that out with it as well. But of
I
course,
could always
at the
use more
day-
music tracks for Sonic F.
Speaking of Project 20, it really is not that well known within the fans of Sonic Paradox, mostly between those who actually saw the advertisement for it. But one thing we did do around Sonic's birthday, and this just happened to coincide with Summer Sonic last year, was that we did a gaming collab where for a week, a bunch of us pretty much streamed ourselves playing a bunch of Sonic games for a good week to mark Sonic's 20th anniversary, and I was among them, and there were also people, I believe Wax tried to stream at one point, but there was a little bit of complications because he and I were trying to see about doing Knuckles Chaotix, but in multiplayer, and it didn't really go that well, so, but it was advertised just about last minute, I'd say. I think it was around late May, early June that the advertisement went up, and we unfortunately did have to toss quite a few ideas out when the collab actually took place because, complications, like things like we were originally going to have there being a set of achievements that someone would have to get, and unfortunately only that was partly done, and it wasn't really completed, so there was quite a few things that couldn't be done for the gaming collab, and it was unfortunate considering it was pretty much Rob and I that ran the gaming collab at that point, although we did have some support from others, like I believe, like I said, Wax did had some involvement. I believe Jake had some involvement.
I did.
Luke,
I leave it to me. I injured myself for the gaming collab because I was playing Sonic 4 and I was at the final boss, and I got so mad that I smacked the support that I had for my camera, and I made myself bleed a little bit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, our own. Also, we had Luke actually streamed a game or two. I believe it was Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing.
Yeah, I went through all of All Stars Racing and all of Sonic R.
The only downside is that we didn't have a lot of people, and about 2/3 of the stream was me and Recorder Dude. Although, Recorder Dude is a really well-known animator and aspiring animator, and he's a great guy, and we speak to him pretty often on Skype, and he hasn't been around. Yeah. I mean, he's one of our animators that will probably, I'd say he has full potential. I mean, there's many.
He's nuts.
Yeah, let's just put it at that.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So shout out to our own Recorder Dude, because
Tell them to turn down the drunk.
It's like Metal Sonic, how Metal Sonic stole Christmas, and you hear a lot of stuff like, "Boy, you guys are real loud in there."
Oh man, God! Now you're just reaching for stuff.
That's going back.
I was the narrator for that. Of course, I remember it.
I had one line.
I will be honest. Out of the Project 20 project that we did, the wallpaper and the gaming collab probably was the most success out of it. Like, we had 28 songs for the music album, and I do like them, but at the same time, it still could have been a little bit better, if you ask me.
I mean, from an outsider perspective, because I did do a review of the album, I said it was really good. I mean, like a lot of things, there were more things that stood out more than other things. I mean, my personal favorite track on there is the Sonic the Fighters track.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was by far and away, I think, the best one that it did. But there was a lot of potential in there, and it did seem fairly short. I mean, obviously now I can see why it was fairly short, and hopefully, I mean, you'll get on top of the other ones, because that Back in Black Metal would be absolutely amazing to hear, I think, quite personally, from a personal standpoint. But, I mean, you've obviously done a lot. I mean, Paradox is quite a hefty community. So... Oh yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you do quite a lot as it is, and you've got a lot more planned and everything else.
We pretty much have a lot of different occupations between, there's news reporter, there's animators, there's voice actors, there's musicians like Dr. Mac Fox, who is probably the best at taking Sonic songs and turning them into piano remixes, especially with his friend John Weeks. And also Recorder Dude, who does some great... One thing that I don't think many people are aware of is that we love taking Sonic songs and putting our own lyrics over them.
Oh, that has seemed to be something that's been a bit more in the field of everyone's vision recently. I mean, I know... I mean, it's outside of the group itself, but... was it Dark Speeds has been doing a fair bit of that himself. Based on a few things that a lot of other people are doing as well.
The whole Sonic with lyrics thing within Sonic Paradox, actually, I want to say Falero and Insector are the main guys who do the Sonic with lyrics, and unfortunately, although Insector isn't here anymore, our own Falero is fantastic with lyrics, and his are pretty much the only ones that have actually showed up on YouTube outside of Sonic Paradox. Insector at one point did have a with lyrics of his own that was on YouTube, which was Twinkle Park, but unfortunately he removed himself from YouTube, and thus the video disappeared into the bounds of space. So
Space.
Thank you for that.
But yeah, I mean, everything we do is just because we do it. Like, the Sonic with lyrics was just something we thought of out of random because it seemed fun. Just like the gaming collab, we just do things either because we feel like some others, like the others, our fans are going to enjoy them, and B, that we find that they're just fun, and we just enjoy. It's just we enjoy doing what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got more questions for us, Petey boy?
I'm like, we're gonna talk forever.
Where to begin? I mean, is it? Well, I mean, we know that obviously you've got some more shorts lined up. I mean, other than that, I mean, is there anything planned as a group for future endeavors? I mean, other than the shorts that we know are coming.
The next Sonic app is like destroying my life.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be ridiculous. Like, completely. Like, I guess we can talk about it. Like, I announced it at our panel, I guess. So, the next Sonic app episode is a musical.
A full-on musical. Like, more
all original music. All original music.
Mm-hmm. And different styles, too. Not just, like, stuff that's appeared in the Sonic games, like rock or, like, whatever.
Yeah, the original plan was that we were just going to take existing tracks and do lyrics, but then I thought, you know what? I think we could do a lot more of it if we just did everything from scratch. It gives us a lot more creative freedom. Thank you for that. Thanks for proving my point, Scratch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, you've all got projects. I mean, there's Sonic F. We know there's more shorts. I mean, do you have anything planned for, say, the 21st anniversary thing this year at all?
We're going to make a collab where Sonic gets drunk.
Well, it does
I am the director.
Greek in America, I guess, doesn't it?
Wait, wasn't that Sonic Shorts 1, though?
Sonic getting drunk?
What?
Damn it, guys! You make me want to go get a beer.
Get another beer.
I want to turn 21 faster.
I'm way past 21. I'm like 25.
Wait, past 21.
There's so many benefits.
I will say that Sonic F does have a video going up tomorrow that is either going to make a lot of people laugh or cost me and Jeremy a friendship.
Oh no!
Considering he isn't really in the call, I do want to mention that Dr. MacFox does have a good show called SP Radio. It's not really like my show, the Sonic News Show, in that his is focused on his music by him and John Weeks, and it's supposed to. It just recently started up, and he's currently working on episode 2 of SP Radio, and I figured might as well tell everyone look out for that because he's a great artist, as I said, with his piano remixes. And as for me, I really don't have much in store other than more Sonic News shows. I do plan on having some big streams because we all do stream very often. It doesn't seem that way, but we do stream about many different things, whether it be games or in Wax's case, animating about 1 billion things in one day.
Yeah.
He is a robot.
But all main future projects I have are videos for my YouTube Let's Play commentary channel. I do have more moments, hopefully, with JAK Disco Ponies of the Sonic Show in the future, especially in his live streams.
Think of Disco Pogo.
Disco Pogo.
Disco
I love
Pogo.
Pogo.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I'm totally gonna call him that tomorrow. Because to be fair, he actually does have a big stream tomorrow. So, never mind that. There's this Sonic Show I'm still gonna be part of in terms of live, Skype call commentary. As I said, there's a Sonic News Show, and among other things, I have some upcoming streams, especially for my 20th birthday, just so happens, in a couple weeks. I do believe I will be covering Summer Sonic, although I don't know what the extent of that is, and especially E3. But for the most part, I just highly suggest to keep an eye out for what's going on in my whereabouts, because you never know what's going to come up on my end. Because, anything happens. Usually it's just...
a secret agent.
Yes, he plays by his own rules.
Well, in terms of SP projects, I'm not necessarily announcing one right here, but there may or may not, depending upon White Sonic's circumstance. He's one of the SP animators. But he had this one idea for an original animated series for SP. I'm pretty sure Chris remembers the first Parable.
Yay.
Oh no.
We're bringing the Parable into this?
Well, Massimo White Sonic wanted to animate the entirety of it.
That's insane.
Crazy.
I thought it was insane, but he's adamant about it. So I'm not necessarily announcing anything, but there may or may not be an original animated series scene for SP.
Throwing it at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Also, Squidward.
Squidward.
Oh, gosh.
We're alienating everyone.
We mentioned,
We're good at that.
we mentioned or Luke mentioned the musical episode that's coming up. As far as me, I'm gonna start. As far as Sonic stuff that I'm related to, it's gonna be very musically driven for this current moment in time. I am gonna be helping out with a good portion of the music for the musical episode, and I'm also going to be working on a full version of the song "The Thing That Doesn't Exist," which was played at the end of episode 7. People are laughing already. It's gonna be fun. I've already worked out a drum part, and that's all I really need to do because then I can come up with everything else on the top of my head. So rejoice, everybody! There will be auto-tune music.
Yeah.
And the fandom rejoice.
There will be things that don't exist.
Yes.
Yes. Like the song. Anyway.
The song exists.
It's going to be released exclusively to LimeWire, and
Which doesn't exist.
Wire. Oh god.
and it's
All
going to
over
be
the
claimed as
causes.
Weird Al Yankovic song, even though he didn't write it.
interesting. As an aside, are any of you going to Summer of Sonic 2012 or Sonic Boom this year?
Yeah,
I wish.
Apparently, I am the poor American.
Can someone get me a passport and whisk me away to London?
Wait a minute, there's Sonic conventions? No, I'm serious, you guys.
What is the Summer of Sonic? I don't know what it is.
What's a
No.
Sonic?
I love that restaurant.
Sorry, we changed the name to Mario.
Really, I can speak on the behalf of all of us Americans in the group when I'm saying no, we're not going to be at Summer of Sonic unless there's a very wealthy British person somewhere that wants to pay for all of us.
Fall arrow. Fall arrow.
I kind of guessed as much, but I mean, are you going to be going to Sonic Boom at least?
I don't think you understand how poor we all are.
Clearly not.
I will say this much: Summer of Sonic, Sonic Boom, no. I will not say, however, that another certain convention is out of the running.
Oh, just say it.
Fine. We're planning on meeting up at Youmacon in Detroit this November. Like a bunch of us.
We're all trying so hard.
Yeah, I managed to make it out there last year for the Sonic Paradox panel.
You slept in my basement. It was magical.
Yes.
Are you going to be hosting another panel then?
We sure
Oh,
hope
absolutely.
so.
Like,
We're trying.
We had
I would
great
love to
success
be part
last
of
year. It
one.
was me, Jeremy. We had Psy Guy, who was E51 in our 6th episode. All of us.
We're also thinking about baking some volcano bake meat.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a packed room last year, and it was absolutely an amazing experience. So we definitely want to do that again, make it even bigger, even better this year.
And Youmacon apparently on their forums does have a section where you can ask for certain groups or certain people to be guests at Youmacon. So if you're hearing this podcast right now, on behalf of everybody here, please mention over and over and over for Sonic Gap and Sonic Paradox to be there.
Do it.
Because great success.
Something to crusade for. Something to crusade for.
Please.
Exactly.
That we know you can do more than we can.
Yeah. Well. doesn't say it, do it. I hope you're talking. I hope you're talking about the audience, you, and not to me, you, because I can barely get out of bed these days. So
Pete, we know you can pull some strings.
I don't bother to get out of bed. I just write from the bed. Beauty of laptops.
what do you think I'm recording on? That's probably why nothing's working tonight.
That's why I
There he goes again. But I mean, I think that pretty much rounds it up. I mean, unless anyone's got anything they want to bring up in particular before we round up.
Do we bring up CIS? Do we bring up CIS?
Please.
Please bring up
Sure.
CIS.
Sure.
Okay.
We're all horrible people who got horribly infected by the virus they call Pony. And then
brought up CIS now.
And then we made an April Fool's joke, and it got horribly, horribly out of hand, and now it's got too popular for its own good, and we've all become consumed by our own creation.
That's
I'm
at least
two
what we tell
ponies.
ourselves at
That
night.
sounds about right.
I'm a dragon.
I like how
I
you
have a white pony.
Before
Are you being racist?
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this for my personal Twitter followers and the people that know me, but fucking bronies. Anyone that knows me knows what I'm going on about. Oh my god.
I'm not going to make a point of insulting one of our primary sources of hits, so...
But yeah,
Yeah, basically what happened was every year we like to do something for April Fools. So 2010, we reskinned the site as Chris Redfield Paradox, which ended up being horribly ironic.
Holy crap.
And
I know.
That was all Richie.
Yeah.
it couldn't have been more. It couldn't have been more perfect. But in 2011, a bunch of us had started watching the show, so we decided to reskin the site as Pony Paradox because we could. And we were watching some episodes, just joking around, making like jokes. And I'm like, you guys, if we keep going like this, I'm gonna have to turn this into a script. and then everybody just sort of went silent. I'm like, oh crap, what have I just gotten myself into? So I ended up
the most
basically.
beautiful thing that everyone can love and tolerate the shit out of.
So basically, I ended up making a full-on parody of Friendship is Magic episode 1, and we put it up disguised as Sonic F episode 6. And it ended up basically like getting featured on a bunch of fan sites, ended up with like thousands of hits in like a couple of hours. And I'm like, oh crap, we're stuck now. We have to do more of this. And so we ended up doing more. And I think that with Sonic F, we do play it fairly straight in terms of parody, but with Camaraderie Supernatural, I like to go really, really meta with the scripts. Like, we've gotten to the point where we've rewritten huge plot points, made into like an ongoing saga, add in a sci-fi subplot that sort of ties everything together. And it's just become so much more than we could have expected, and it's really freeing as a creative person. So I'm really happy that it's been going over as well as it has, and it sounds like there may be bigger things planned for it going down the road.
Very big things.
I guess I may as well mention this because I know people are going to probably misinterpret this, considering, that's how people are sometimes. But to clarify, Sonic Paradox may be fans of My Little Pony, but we don't actually force the show upon anyone.
Oh, no.
Regardless of how many times we mention ponies or do CIS or anything like that, we don't force any, ponies on anyone.
We are equal opportunity.
Well, we spam reply ponies on the forums.
We spam each other about it. See, that's how I look about ponies, because
we just have to admit it. We just have to pony up to everything.
We have our fun.
I think for most of us, being involved with the Sonic fandom as a whole, with any capacity on the internet, has trained us well with how delicately to handle certain controversial topics like Sonic the Hedgehog and the My Little Pony franchise.
Well, to be honest, it does seem that there has been a massive amount of crossover between Sonic and My Little Pony. I mean,
they're all multicolored cartoon animals. It's just the same thing. But...
Exactly. At the end of the day, I don't. Well, people are allowed to watch what they want and like what they want. I personally don't see how it's got as big as a following as it has for what seems to be a very simple animation, but.
It was the magic of friendship, Pete.
Don't say that. No, don't say that.
To each their own. I mean, I have no problem saying that. I mean, I'd say
no, that's fine. I do like to make fun of the guys I know personally that watch it. Quite honestly, they don't give a crap. They'll take it and they'll just have a laugh about it, and then they will hug the living everything out of me.
And then they write a letter to Princess Celestia when the day's done.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. You really
Princess Celestia, please send me a co-writer. I'm desperate. Oh, God.
Love Luke.
It also is kind of your fault, Jeremy, for getting me into it, because you tagged me in a picture on Facebook that said, "Welcome, Princess Celeste," just saying they know.
Well, it was all your fault that I got into ponies.
That was just the fates aligning. That was predestined.
I think I was the last one.
This is my destiny.
I like watching. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then everyone else was like, keep watching. And I'm like, God damn it, I'm into it now. Hey, do you want to be Twilight Sparkle? Sure. Oh, hey, you also sound like Applejack. Guess what? You're her too. Well, go away.
I had to coach her in a.
That's not the accent.
Well, that's the thing with Applejack. She's always slipping accents. So I really hope
Be more Russian.
What?
Be more Russian.
What does forest and hip and forest? I can't roll my R's.
Slowly just descending into madness now.
Madness started when he hit the record button.
To be honest, I also kind of think it's my fault for spreading the quote-unquote pony virus because I ended up streaming episodes on the live stream as a troll at first because I had never watched them, and then I kind of became addicted and just kept playing them on the stream for everything.
I think.
I remember there was this one person in the stream that was like, "Why are you streaming ponies?" And it was a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I think this is getting a little bit too off topic, and I think we've hit everything we're going to do tonight. So, before we call it then to it, anybody got any personal Twitters or links or anything else they want to promote?
Yeah,
Well,
why
I'm
not?
still at that Sonic, even though I didn't make it, I still want to link that Sonic Shorts again.
Let's
the Sonic Short YouTube poop.
Let's,
Yeah, no, I'll
let's
make-
go in let's go in alphabetical order like we did at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Boozerman first.
Yeah, I've got a Twitter account. Let me just get me a link to it. There we go. And
Oh, I didn't even know.
yeah, I've got a Twitter account there. You know, just follow me to hear me spout random shit every now and then, and there you go.
I have a Tumblr account that I pretty much just use to do whatever the heck I want. But if you wanted to follow me, that's cool. But it's like wtpyrofreak.tumblr.com. I don't have a Twitter. I don't really do that. Tumblr's like the closest I'm gonna get to like that. I also have a Facebook, but I never use it.
You guys can follow me at Cyberlink420 on Twitter, and you can follow Sonic F specific tweets at Sonic F Series. You can also, of course, watch all our episodes at Sonic F Series. And since we're recording this on the 31st, I can say that tomorrow we'll have 2 different videos uploaded. One that, as I said, may cost me and Jeremy a friendship, and one that was entirely his 8-year-old sister's idea.
And it is genius.
It will be glorious. And one of those videos will also contain a very important announcement about something involving Sonic F's future, so be sure to watch.
I guess it's my turn now. So, I guess the most plugging I can do is for my YouTube and for my Twitter, and because they are probably the 2 biggest links out there out of the millions of sites I'm a part of. But yeah, if you wish to follow me on Twitter, I am at SSF1991 on Twitter, and on YouTube I am Sonic Sega Fan 1991, totally original. If you wish to really get information on when the next Sonic News show will be, or, you know, if you want to hear my opinions on various Sonic news as it happens, or if you just want to hear me spout random stuff, kind of like Booze, except not as obscene, if you want to say that. Yeah, I am at SS7921 on Twitter. And I am Sonic Sega Fan 921 on YouTube, and I do want to give a quick shout out to RGX because, bless his soul, even though he could not be here tonight, he is one of the main reasons why I ended up being Sonic Paradox's news reporter in the first place. Although the staff as a whole, I personally think, Richie especially, was the one who looked for a news reporter, and he just happened to find magic in me, I guess. But
Cry, bro?
no, I was just clearing my throat.
You don't cry.
Crap.
No, I've done enough of that as it is lately. Not going to get into that, but yeah. I do thank everyone for listening to the Sonic News Show and following my Twitter, for those who have, and especially Pete for wanting coming to me for the interview in the first place, because, you know, I do, like, I don't know, I don't really force anyone to do anything of that sort, but you came to me specifically wanting it. I did not force you to. You were the one that came to me, although people do credit for me for having all to do with the bringing the interview to the SP in the first place, but I thank you for it.
See, if it was me, I would have gone at him with a taser and a cattle prod. But that's just how I roll.
Valero next, I believe.
Hey, oh joy. Yeah, you can find me on anywhere on the internet under the name Falero, and if you don't know how to spell that, well, you're not trying hard enough. I am on Twitter, I am on YouTube, and if you go there, you can find my things that have nothing to do with Sonic the Hedgehog.
What?
And they're the things I'm most proud of, funnily enough. Well, not really, but yeah, go there.
When
Watch
will
the
the next
things.
2V or not to be V come out?
Oh, that. I don't know if it ever will. It might. I'm just focusing on the stuff which I actually enjoy making. No, that's literally a little harsh. But,
Does this voice make me sound fat?
So you continue to bust your ass on the things you love.
That's what you do.
That's what she said.
Should.
No. Well, I guess I'll take my opportunity. My YouTube and my Tumblr, and I think my Twitter, I haven't been on there since I don't know when, are all here Fire Shadow. That's pretty much where you can find me.
I just mostly use Twitter to update stuff. Just find Jax the Mouse. I also have YouTube, but I don't really have a lot. Well, very many videos other than the random home video. Well, not really a home video, but you know.
You're still thinking of your favorite Sonic short, aren't you?
No.
That's a good
She
thing.
got you good.
Oh, you know what? We accidentally skipped George. Go ahead, George.
Oh yes. Well, it's
Just do it.
It's viewable, but it's still a work in progress. I have my own little website, GeorgeWagnerArt.com. I'll put a
My
link.
little Wagner.
And it's got a gallery of stuff I've done, not really Sonic related anymore, but I will have some animations posted eventually. And as a musician, I'm gonna try to put up this pseudonym called Wagner, Vognur. Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
That's all I have to brag about.
Next is Jeremy.
I mainly have Twitter, which is @GameBuddy. As far as I know, I'm one of the only people that has that username, GameBuddy. It's online. It's going to be either just GameBuddy by itself or GameBuddy123, depending on the account. But I have a Twitter under that, and a DeviantArt that I don't really update, and a Tumblr. But yeah, Twitter's mostly where I post daily thoughts and links to stuff. So yeah, if you want to listen to my inane ramblings, then you can follow me there.
Yeah, because technically Jeremy lives on Twitter.
Oh, I guess I should. I do have a website where I post all my voice acting demos, and that's Jeremy Jeremy GameBuddyBaker .webs.com, and it's a really simple layout site, but that's where I have all my my demos hosted.
I think I'm next. Rock the Jake, by the way, in case you didn't know. I actually have a few things I want to share, but I'll try to get through them quickly. The biggest thing I want to advertise is I have a YouTube channel. It's under a name that is stupid from high school, but I'm stuck with it. Called Tokugoru. That's TOKUGORU. But I go by Rock the Jake on there now. I even have Rock the Jake Productions or whatever up on the YouTube channel. I do stuff like drum covers, original music, occasionally comedy sketches, new movie reviews, stuff like that. I have a Twitter, which is @RockTheJake. And, I converse with everybody here on there and other places. I don't have a Tumblr because it's the devil.
Agreed.
Yes.
What is Tumblr?
It's the devil.
It's like visual Twitter.
A miserable
What
little
is-
pile of secrets, but enough talk. Have at you.
Hey, I used to, guys.
Yeah, same.
Like a blog.
Some other things. Falero kind of mentioned that some of the stuff he does that isn't related to Sonic is something called MMA, which is Null Metal Alchemist, which is awesome. I recently started my own abridged series called Love Hina Abridged, and because YouTube is a butt, it's up on Dailymotion. So go check that out there if you want. I would love it, and I would love you.
I'm in it.
And Lauren is in it, and so is Courtney, and so is Falero, and so is Jeremy, and so is Luke.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
Kills
not.
everyone.
I'm bitter.
You are in Love Hina Bridge. You do the.
Oh, right.
I'm going like smoke. But yeah, that's it. My YouTube, Twitter, and Love Hina Abridged on Dailymotion. Who's next? I forgot. Rob, I think.
No, Courtney's cat is next.
What? I already went.
No, your cat.
No, I said
Cat is
cat.
next.
Oh, I don't know where she went.
Oh.
Isn't that just like somebody?
But I
that
could try and imitate the way she meows.
And then the audience died from cuteness.
Is that contagious?
Can you die of that?
I think I got vaccinated for that anyway.
All right, Rob, go ahead.
But yeah, you could contact me pretty much on my Newgrounds, Twitter, YouTube, DeviantArt. I keep the same username for everything, which is Celeste Orion, which is CELESTORION. My Newgrounds and my YouTube is pretty much used for like musical stuff, whereas I pretty much keep it more about daily life or other things like links and such on my Twitter.
Pretty much.
That's all on me.
I like that train that went by you at the
Yeah.
That's actually a very crappy car.
It was on a crazy train.
Take it away, George.
Going off the rails on a crazy train.
You do realise when I just get into doing this, when I get into doing this as a transcript, it's just going to have descent into madness.
But what about Wax? Can Wax advertise himself?
Yes, let Wax do his thing.
Who doesn't know Wax? We'll be here for a while with these plugs.
Well,
Especially Wax.
see, my websites are Newgrounds and DeviantArt. My username on there is the Wax and the Wax 70. Let's see. Be on the lookout for Sonic Dark Chaos 2. That is going to be completed.
Yeah.
Yay!
What about Sonic Halo 2?
No Sonic Halo 2. That is canceled forever.
Dark Chaos 2 will come out when Half-Life 2 Episode 3 does.
Everything runs on Valve time.
Meanwhile.
Is that everyone?
Yep.
I think so.
Right, then it just leaves me to say thank you very much to all of you for being around for this today. Thank you big to Donnie for being my liaison with you all as well. Without him, this probably wouldn't have happened. So big props to him. I look forward. I look forward to seeing everything that comes out from Sonic Paradox in the time to come. So
thank you for having us. This was very fun.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I never go on Skype anymore, and this gave me a reason to.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, about halfway through this interview, like I just like kind of caught myself like, oh my gosh, I'm actually here. I'm in an interview with like all these great people.
And me.
So thank you, Pete.
And Zoidberg.
I'm not Dr. Zoidberg.
You are very welcome, Pete. Anytime, you want to do an interview again, with any of us, feel
These
free.
crazy people.
That's not going to happen.
Nope.
Cheeky bastard.
There's always stuff that happened in the future, Who knows?
Yeah.
One thing, though.
Sure, you mean 3 hours.
Yeah.
Before we close off, for anyone that's interested, I would like to advertise like the 2 SP game servers that we just recently started setting up.
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure that there's plenty of people out there that play games like Minecraft and Team Fortress 2. Well, SP has set up their own dedicated servers for both of these games. So if anyone's ever just wanting to hang out with any of the animators or other people that play on the servers for Team Fortress 2, all you have to do is just search for Paradox Fortress.
They're very Sonic related.
Yes, very Sonic related. In fact, we're completely revoicing all of it and making some character models
And
for
for
it.
Minecraft, we have a lot of gigantic sprite images of Sonic, and heck, I did a life-size floating island.
And he's still working on it.
When are we going to add a giant crab?
Yes. Yes, oh god, yes.
Yeah, I have seen a fair bit about this. I think what else was mentioned? Stardust Speedway was mentioned on Twitter recently as well, on the floating island. I did the final chase, I think, in a picture the other day.
Oh yeah, you saw that on my Twitter. I posted a picture of a Final Chase Sonic vs. Shadow in the TF2 server. Yeah.
That's just one of the maps. We're actually making some custom maps ourselves, like the egg carrier from Sonic Adventure.
Ooh.
Are we almost done? Because I gotta pee.
I got nothing.
Nice.
No,
Yeah.
No, we're definitely done.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you much, guys.
But
Just you, Jake.
the alien invasion shall now commence.
Oh crap, Doctor, save us!
Trains.
Thanks for listening to the interview, everyone.
Bye.
It's been great.
Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Bonsoir.
Yeah.
Hello.